Occupy Ghana says the senior minister's attempt to justify the lack of prosecution of Aisha Huang on the basis of Ghana's relationship with China and the prospect of receiving $2 billion under the Sino-Hydro Bauxite project is distasteful and disrespectful to all who have worked hard to bring an end to illegal mining activities. According to the group, the senior minister's comments make a complete mockery of the fight against illegal mining and the critical steps government and the coalition against illegal mining have taken to address the issue. Kojo Youngson is still here with me in studio with extracts of that statement.
Yes, indeed. And they said a lot more, but here are the highlights. They say, and I quote, "It positions foreigners who break or flout our laws as untouchable and above the law because their countries offer economic partnerships and benefits." In Tanzania, as reported by international media, for example, notorious Chinese ivory queen Yang Fenglan, involved in the illegal trading of elephant tusks, was prosecuted and handed a jail sentence of 15 years in February 2019. The ruling was supported by Beijing, and the Chinese government apparently refused to extend any help or support to this Chinese native. We infer from all that has gone on before that government did not intend for Aisha Huang to answer to the laws of this country. The comments from the senior minister are deeply troubling when examined under all the facts available to us where Aisha Huang is concerned. Now, the relationship of Ghana to foreign nations and investors should have little to do with the enforcement of the rule of law, the punishment of perpetrators of serious wrongdoings, and the critical deterrent effect such prosecutions have on the actions of other would-be wrongdoers. We expect the senior minister to withdraw his remarks and apologize unreservedly for same. Failing that, we expect the office of the president to dissociate itself from his misguided comments and show proper leadership by calling the minister to immediate order. Only thus will we retain what faith we have left of this government's commitment to ending illegal mining activities in Ghana. And of course, it's signed as usual, yours forgotten country.
Well, Kojo, we know that Occupy Ghana is not the only group, disappointed with the comments of the senior minister. We heard earlier from the coalition of media coalition against illegal mining. This morning, you spoke to a minority member of parliament, Samuel Okuda, who also raised some interesting points.
Absolutely. He spoke particularly about Occupy Ghana's call on the government to, on the senior minister to withdraw and apologize for what he said. He said that does not go far enough because Aisha Huang was indeed deported and she avoided justice by that means. So it's not just the senior minister's comments that need to be addressed, but the actual act of having Aisha Huang evade justice. And so everybody involved ought to be brought to book on this. That would include the Attorney General, the immigration officers, and all those who came together to deport Aisha Huang rather than have her go through the court.
Interesting there, but let's bring you some statements made by the editor-in-chief of the new Crusading Guard newspaper, Abdul Malik Kubako, on Newsfile.
Look, it was public record that the Attorney General had filed a nollie prosequi. It was public record. There were debates left, right, and center on it. The matter ended. If he wanted to deal with the subject matter, the question that he was asked, he should have just followed the same trail. Look, it is true that jailing one person, Aisha Huang in this case, will not resolve Ghana's economic problems. That's true. That's a fact. But jailing her, if indeed based on the evidence before the court, also would enhance that culture of deterrence that we seek to grow. Will bring about a certain disincentive for the impunity that we are all worried about. So really, that's why he ought not to have brought in this whole point in order to create credibility and integrity challenges for himself and the administration that he belongs to. He's somebody I like and respect, I admire. I have to be honest with you. But it's difficult to defend him on this score.
And well, the conversation will definitely continue. But could you ask to whether we really see the senior minister do what Occupy Ghana is requesting is another subject for a conversation, because we know that the office of the senior minister justified these comments when the video went viral.
Yes.
And it doesn't appear that they see anything wrong. Really, with the statements of the senior
Well,
minister.
they sought to apply a meaning that was, until that point, unclear to the public, to the words of the senior minister. They suggested that he wasn't saying that she was deported because of the Sino-Hydro deal, that he was simply saying that there are other things for us to focus on rather than the deportation of one woman. But of course, people can judge for themselves whether that was the meaning that they got from what the senior minister said. But I think ultimately, the fact that the president did not launch any kind of probe into the deportation of into the nolle prosequi that was filed by the Attorney General, it suggests the Attorney General, being a cabinet minister who meets with the president once a week at least, it suggests that the president was aware of this. We can't independently verify this, of course, but what we do know is that no questions have been asked by government about the deportation of Aisha Huang. It lends some credence to what the senior minister said.
Well, Kujo, we will keep our fingers crossed. If the president will make any comment at all on this, we will let you know. And also, if the senior minister will retract and apologize for the statement he made at that town hall, we will let you know.